So I'm here with Kirrena Gallagher, and you're running for school board in District 2.
Yes.
Yeah, tell me why you're running.
So I'm running for school board in District 2, mostly because there's been a lot of transitions in the District 2 seat, and I want to bring some stability to that. I also don't want people to give up on our school district, and so I think I could bring not just perspective, but a willingness to be more collaborative and strengthen relationships so that we can be a more effective board and be better stewards with the responsibility that we have to the students, the teachers, and the families of our district.
Okay, cool. So how have you been involved in the Athens community or in Clarke County schools over the past few years?
So right now, I currently serve on the local school governance team for COIL, and I've been on that LSGT for I think 4 years, and on the local school governance team advisory board to the district since before we had bylaws, so maybe 5 years. And in the community, I have served on a variety of boards. So right now I serve on the Healthy Families Advisory Board, Action Incorporated Board. I recently resigned from the Athens Land Trust Board. I was on the DFACS board, on Vision Committee, been through a variety of trainings, including the Citizens Leadership, Citizens Government Academy, the Citizens Police Academy, the Citizens Sheriff Academy, and the Evelyn C. Neely Leadership Academy. So just been involved in a variety of ways, making sure that I have a lot of information so that when I do go out and try to be the change that I wish to see, I'm making informed decisions.
Sounds like you're well qualified. But students, are really the reason why schools exist. And so I was just wondering what are some student issues that you plan to address in your role as school board member?
So student issues, I know one really big student issue is school lunch. And I know the students just are eating it. And I know that is not something that the school board itself can change, but we can definitely be advocates for that change. Curriculum, I know every student doesn't learn with the one-to-one technology that we have. So exploring, making sure that we are using all of our resources and exploring different ways to make sure that we are being equitable with our teaching and learning styles. And also social time I know is really big for students, at least the ones that I've talked to, having more social time and not so much with the academic piece. I think we ask a lot of our students by asking them to mostly sit down for the day. And we also do a lot of testing, which is not just a school district issue, but I think as a school board member, it's kind of our responsibility to make sure that we're being voices for the individuals in our school district who don't typically get to voice their frustration or concerns with the state or with the national Department of Education.
Cool. And you mentioned the one-to-one teaching.
Mm-hmm. So that's with the devices. So just we moved to one-to-one devices, so each student gets a laptop.
But not every student learns well that way?
I don't think so. My children don't learn well through computers. I have one that's very hands-on in learning, and another who is just like, you put anything in front of it, he can probably master it.
So are there any other issues that you would like to address as a top priority for your first term in office?
Yes. So at the district level, one issue that I would really like to tackle is the way that we communicate as a board. And I know we have board meetings and information goes out through the district, but I would really like to focus on more intimate conversations with constituents, with people who live in my particular district, to make sure that they understand how the school board works, the roles and responsibilities of the school board, but also their roles and responsibilities, and kind of making sure that there's a sharing of power. I would also like to look at our spending and how we spend money, and just really look at the number of staff members for the positions that we've created at the district level, and then really diving into how necessary some of those positions are, because I really think that some of the funds that we're spending on positions at the top could be reallocated to address some of the income inequalities that for our support staff, our essential workers. So like bus drivers, our school nutritionists, parapros.
So you'd rather maybe have fewer positions, a few fewer, but maybe pay everyone a living wage?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm not talking about any one superintendent specifically, but just in general, do you feel that it's the school board's job to challenge the superintendent and hold him or her accountable? Or do you feel the job is more about supporting the superintendent's vision and helping him or her achieve that vision?
So I think it's a lot of both. And I think that as a school board or any board, so every board that I've ever served on, my understanding is that we are governance, not management. And I'm just going to go with any other board that I've ever sat on. If the executive director or superintendent feels like they have an initiative or a vision for something, it is my role to ask questions and do research to support it, or to poke holes in it so that we don't have any long-term problems. But really just be there to hold them accountable. This is what you said you want to do. So let's make it work. And if it's something that is like outrageous, then I think it's absolutely my role as a board member to challenge it. Really just saying, okay, so here's the research. Here's some proof that this could go way left. But giving them that information so that they can make a better informed decision.
So why should voters choose you over your opponent?
I think voters should choose me because I am relatable, and I think I have a pretty good track record of not just advocating for my children. That car's going the wrong way. Not just advocating for my children, but for all children. And I also do a very good job of listening and applying the information that I gain from listening in places with individuals, with other decision makers, so that I think I'm a little bit more creative with finding solutions to issues. I think people should vote for me because we need some stability on the not just on the school board, for District 2, and I hope that I can encourage other people to not just run for office, but every part that I've learned just over these last couple of months that it takes to even run for office. Like, I've had to reach out to so many different people. I would really like for more people to be encouraged to just, get out and communicate with people. Ask your neighbors, do they need help with stuff? Run for public office, be campaign managers and finance managers, like all the parts that it takes to be not just a good candidate, but a good steward in your community. I really want to be like a representation of, here's somebody from our community who wants to represent us well. So I can do it too.
You mentioned you wanted to bring stability to the city, just so people watching know.
Okay.
How many people have sat in that seat over the past 2 years?
So over the past 2 years, so we had Mr. Vernon Payne, who served in the seat for a number of years, and then he resigned for health reasons. And then we had another representative, Frances Berry, and she came into the seat through, I guess we can call it a special election, I guess. And right, yeah, she was appointed, but there was still like a process. And then she resigned, and now we have Mr. Antoine Stevens, who was also appointed, and he's stated that he's not going to run again. So we do need representation that is stable.
Is there anything else that you'd like to talk about that we didn't get a chance to mention?
I'd really like for the people to feel encouraged to run for public office, to get involved in their schools. There are a variety of ways that we can do that. And then really make sure that they know their roles and responsibilities, not just in politics, but in everything related to education and in their children. So I want people to feel empowered to, like, be the change that they wish to see.
Awesome. Thanks a lot for doing this.
Thank you.